Hey everyone, this is Spike, and this is Open Dragon Mouth number 4. Alright, first things first, I know what everyone is asking. What happened to me over the past month since I haven't made any videos since then? Well, I do have a couple of reasons why. One, there hasn't really been much to talk about. I didn't have enough material to make another video. So I had to wait until some more news came up, and then I could make one. The second reason was I have been dealing with a cold the past week, and my nose is all stuffed up. I kept sneezing and all. So I didn't really feel like making one during that time. So, but my cold has cleared away. I have some stuff to talk about, so let's get right to it. First of all, there has been some animated movies coming up. Well, not exactly animated, but they're kind of furry related. The first one that I found is one called The Voices, which stars Ryan Reynolds. And what this is, it is a comedy, crime, horror, thriller. Yeah, like 4 genres in one. Now, he hears voices from his pets, most notably his pet dog, who acts as his conscience, and a cat who would prefer that he just kill people. Really. And this is an American-German independent film. It has been best known for Best Animated Feature Oscars nominee, but not furry. Persepolis. I think I got that right. Which that film lost to Ratatouille. Now this has premiered at the Sundance Film Festival earlier this year, back in January. It had mostly positive reviews. From what I see, it's got averaging 7 out of 10. And it's actually got a theatrical release for Sweden on October 3rd. I've been looking around myself for when it might be released in the United States. I haven't found one. I've looked all over the place. I cannot find a release date for the United States. I don't know if it will be released in the US. We'll have to see. Another one coming up. They're actually going to put Peanuts on the big screen in 2015. Everybody knows what the Peanuts are. It's the comic strip made by Charles Schulz. The release date is scheduled for November 6th of 2015. And it's being made from Blue Sky Studios. You know, the guys that made Rio, Ice Age. And there are some upcoming films that they are coming up with. They're coming up with a 5th Ice Age. There's one called Ferdinand, which I have a feeling what that movie is. There's also going to be some... Is it? Oh, Ferdinand the Bull, which is in the Silly Symphonies from Disney films. Now, as I was going to say, the films they have in development right now, they have one called Mutts. Another one's called Left Turn, spelled Tern, as in the bird. You know. So yeah, keep an eye on them. They're going to have some more coming up. And, by the way, I was down in Florida again. Yes, I was down for like 1 week, though. It was really because I was bringing my sister up here, but yeah, that's a completely different story. They had a premiere, not really premiere, a preview of one of their upcoming films, Maleficent. Now, this is kind of like another. This is like what I call the Wicked trend. Ever since Wicked, the Broadway musical, there's been films coming up that tries to have a backstory for villains. Now, everybody knows if you're big Disney fans like me, you know who Maleficent is, the villain from Sleeping Beauty. Now, I've looked at the preview, and right now I am mixed on this movie. Now, the positives on this, Angelina Jolie plays the main role very well. Yeah, the emotions that she has, she just fits in perfectly. Now, I do have some complaints about this one, mostly relating to the plot line. Now, I know the story from the original Disney film. When Maleficent puts the curse on Aurora in the original movie, it was that she would die because she pricks her finger on the spinning wheel. But in this version, she actually puts the curse that she goes into a deep sleep, and on top of that, she would also put in that she would wake up by love's first kiss. Now, I have some complaints about that. Now, in the original movie, it was one of the good fairies that changed the curse that she would be in a deep sleep, and she would wake up by a kiss. Now when Maleficent does that in this film, I start complaining. Why would she put in an anti-curse in her own plan? Why would she do that? It just doesn't make her that much of a villain. So, but I have to watch the movie. But other than that, I am mixed on this. Also, I know I have not gotten a chance to give up the upcoming events. There's one going on right now that actually has a theme that kind of makes it interesting that I actually want to bring up. It's FurryCon that's going on right now in Rochester, New York. And they're doing a Game of Thrones theme. And they actually made this theme called Game of Con Chairs, which they have the houses. They give the houses names, and they're led by one particular fur. Like if, for example, we have House Foxish being led by Aetherius. House Barathon, which is led by one fur I am friends with. I have not seen in a very, very long time. Led by Foxwell Foxcoon. Yeah, I have not seen him in a very long time, and he finally appears out of nowhere. We have House Bark being led by Nick the Singing Dog. House Targaryen being led by Roxy Cat. And House Lionstare being led by two furs. Led by Draconis, also known as Calamity Cougar, and Kiefer, also known as Cutter Cat. So, yeah, I thought this was pretty interesting to bring up. But let's get to the rest of the upcoming events. Yeah, I'll just start with the closest one coming up. I know I have not gotten a chance to mention it, but I'll try to make up for that. The next one's coming up May 22nd to the 25th, Central Plains Furmeet, being held in Wichita, Kansas. What the Fur, which will be held in Quebec, Canada. Let's see, we have Confuzzled on the 23rd to the 27th, and that's going to be over in the United Kingdom, Birmingham to be exact. Up next, we got Furlandia from the 23rd to the 25th being held in Portland, Oregon. That's one thing. I have one particular fur that is a fan of a particular show, which is called Portlandia. He just brags on to me about how good the show is. So that's the first thing that came to mind uh, when he when this came up. May 30th to the 1st of June will be Califer, which will be held in Irvine, California. And like I said, when this con comes around, this is where the Ursa Major Awards for 2013 will announce the winners of the awards. And finally, May 30th to the 2nd of June will be ZodiaCon. And that one is going to be held in the Czech Republic. Now, before I end this off, I know that there's people out there asking me, what about Rocket City Furmeet? Well, yeah, about that. Unfortunately, RCFM has been canceled for a second time. Now, there is a reason for this. This has nothing to do with contracts, nothing at all. The CEO, KO, had reported that the replacement venue at the Amberley Suites Hotel over in Decatur, Alabama, had a water pipe freeze, and it broke back in January, which flooded a large part of the building and left damage severe enough that it was deemed unusable. Now, the RCFM staff were not informed about this until early April, and the hotel had shut down the room reservation system, and again, RCFM was not informed about it. Now, they did what they could to try to find a replacement venue for this year, such as a campsite, or they even thought about doing an unconventional arena space. But unfortunately, they didn't come up with anything realistic for this year. They even thought about closing RCFM for good. And KO did state he didn't like the idea of never bringing the whole family back together again. So I'll try to keep you updated on this, but as of right now, RCFM will not happen this year. Alright, so that will pretty much do it. Again, I do apologize for my absence over the past month. So this Dragon's Mouth is now closing.